For months, McLaren has been celebrated as the model of modern Formula One teamwork. Two young drivers at the peak of their performance, fighting for victories while maintaining the image of unity. But that image is now cracking. Allegations have surfaced suggesting that Zak Brown, the very architect of McLaren's resurgence, might have never truly backed Oscar Piastri, that his heart and his loyalty always leaned toward Lando Norris. The claims sound outrageous, but they have come not from random online chatter. They were made under oath in a courtroom. It all began when Alex Palou, McLaren's former reserve driver, accused the team of broken promises and deception. According to Palou, Zak Brown downplayed his own role in signing Piastri, claiming it was a decision made by then-team principal Andreas Seidel. What followed was a sequence of revelations that painted a picture of manipulation and betrayal. And suddenly, McLaren's internal politics have become one of the most shocking storylines of the 2025 F1 season. If you're following this saga and want to understand what's really happening inside McLaren, from power plays to driver tensions, make sure to subscribe now, because this is one story the F1 world can't afford to ignore. At the heart of the controversy lies one simple question: who truly controls McLaren's Formula One destiny, Zak Brown, or the shadow of those who came before him? Brown has publicly called the allegations against him ludicrous, laughing off any suggestion that he wasn't involved in recruiting Piastri or that he favoured Lando Norris. His message was clear: he alone makes the big decisions, and he's proud of the team's driver lineup. But Palou's courtroom statement tells a different story. One that paints Brown as a man caught in contradictions, saying one thing to the media and another behind closed doors. The story began innocently enough, with Palou, McLaren's former reserve driver, revealing details from his broken relationship with the team. But those details quickly turned into accusations of deception and betrayal. In his testimony to a British court, Palou claimed Zak Brown told him that signing Oscar Piastri wasn't his decision, but that of then-team principal Andreas Seidel. It was a shocking statement, suggesting that Brown, the ultimate decision-maker, had tried to distance himself from one of McLaren's most defining choices in recent years. According to Palou, he was assured that Piastri's arrival would not affect his own path to Formula One. But once the Australian was confirmed, Palou knew his F1 dream under McLaren was over. Brown, however, has completely denied those claims. He insists that he alone makes McLaren's key decisions and that signing Piastri was one of his proudest moments. We have the best driver pairing on the grid in Oscar and Lando. Anyone who follows our sport will see straight through these ridiculous allegations. His tone was confident, even defiant, but for many in the paddock, it was clear he was furious that internal matters had once again spilled into public view. And yet, for all his denials, the optics couldn't be worse. Palou's words come at a time when McLaren is already under the microscope for alleged favoritism toward Lando Norris. That narrative exploded after the Singapore Grand Prix, where Norris forced Piastri wide at turn 1, a move many believe deserved team intervention. Instead, McLaren chose silence. It might have been a simple racing moment, but to fans, it reinforced an uncomfortable suspicion that McLaren still revolves around Norris, the driver they've groomed for years, and that Piastri, despite his incredible form, remains the outsider. Now, layer on top of that Palou's claim that Zak Brown privately admitted not fully backing Piastri's signing, and the conspiracy starts to take shape. Could it be that Brown initially preferred Palou, or even another direction entirely, and was later forced to embrace Piastri when the Seidel-led technical camp pushed for him? It's speculation, but one that makes sense in the chaotic environment of 2022, when Piastri's dramatic split from Alpine shocked the entire grid. Back then, McLaren's move to sign Piastri was bold, even ruthless. They replaced Daniel Ricciardo, a proven race winner, with a rookie who had never started an F1 race. Still, there's another angle worth considering. Is Palou exaggerating to strengthen his case? After all, his career in the United States has skyrocketed. 3 consecutive IndyCar titles since his split with McLaren have made him a legend in that series. For him, this court battle is not just about money, it's about clearing his name and undermining the team that accused him of betrayal. From that perspective, throwing Zak Brown under the bus might simply be a strategic move. For McLaren, however, this could not have come at a worse time. The team is in the middle of a title fight, with Piastri leading the championship by 22 points and Norris right behind. The slightest internal disruption could destabilize that campaign. The public narrative matters, and right now McLaren is fighting two battles, one on the track and one in the court of public opinion. Brown's aggressive denial might silence the legal noise, but it won't erase the doubt. Behind the scenes, insiders say the relationship between Norris and Piastri is professional but tense. Both are competitive, ambitious, and aware that every decision from pit strategy to media attention could tilt the championship either way. And as Palou's story spreads, the theory that McLaren may subconsciously favour Norris has gained momentum again, not because it's proven, but because it fits the drama unfolding in plain sight. Perhaps this entire controversy is a reflection of what Formula One has become a sport, where politics, perception and personality are as powerful as pure speed. Zak Brown's leadership has made McLaren relevant again, but his open, media-driven style also makes him vulnerable to public attack. Every comment, every court document becomes ammunition. In the end, maybe both men are telling their own versions of the truth. Palou felt betrayed, Brown felt misrepresented, and somewhere in between, Oscar Piastri, the young driver at the centre of it all, is left to prove that his success isn't the product of politics, but pure talent. As things stand, Zak Brown insists that McLaren is united and focused on the championship. But the world is watching, and every word, every race, every rumour will now be judged through the lens of these accusations. Whether Brown's fury is righteous or defensive, one thing is certain: the shadow of this controversy will follow McLaren until the final checkered flag of 2025. So, after everything that's unfolded, the courtroom battles, the internal whispers, and Zak Brown's furious denial, the question now turns to you, the viewers. According to your observation, does McLaren really appear to be treating Oscar Piastri unfairly? Has the team, intentionally or not, begun to tilt its loyalty towards Lando Norris, the driver they've nurtured for years? Or are these accusations simply the result of outside drama spilling into an already tense title fight? Let me know what you think in the comments below.